Welcome into the Sports Objective Podcast. I'm Dave Richmond, along with, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle from LaGrange Barber. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? We were supposed to have Mike Maniscalco on tonight. Maniscalco, thank you. But unfortunately, we're going to have to reschedule with the play-by-play voice of the Hurricanes. So you just give me and Terry and you, Dave.
That's right. Appreciate Bubba Rosenbaum behind the scenes. Bubba is doing a lot of things tonight, and I know he's helping us out produce. So appreciate Bubba very, very much. Guys, still want to have you guys on because we can. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in Pirate Nation, including we can talk some Pirate football, basketball, baseball, you name it. We can talk it tonight. And another thing is, Kyle, that Kyle's not going to be able to guess it, but Captain Bunk has a new career that we didn't get to discuss. We're going to talk about that and so much tonight. And well, obviously for those that are watching or listening, you can actually.
Can I guess? Yeah, can I try to guess Terry's new career?
Yeah, well, he's not a wrestler, so I'll throw that out. He's not a professional wrestler.
It's not. Does it involve football?
Nope.
All right. You midget porn.
No.
Nope.
Oh, well, that was my guess.
Well, why don't we start off? Let's go ahead because we were going to get to it last time, and then we'll get that out of the way first, and then we'll handle our business of a roundtable, and we'll take your questions, your comments, your concerns. We can talk about players for the basketball program transferring, players for the football team transferring. As of today, we found out some stuff there. Any of your questions, comments, concerns about baseball, whatever the case may be, we'll do that. But first, Captain Bunk, tell everybody in Pirate Nation, what are you up to? I'm so excited to hear this announcement.
I am a professional background actor.
All right.
Oh wow. It's midget porn.
I'm not an extra. Some people say it's an extra, but I'm not an extra. I am a background actor.
Now, what were you in? Terry?
Well, I'm not really supposed. I can't share, but I will say that it's been a marvelous
experience, right?
Experience.
Marvel. Okay.
Marvelous experience, and it's coming out in December. And I participated in 4 scenes. Now, whether or not I'll actually be in it, I'll probably be on the cutting room floor.
Marvel. I know. I don't know. Now, see, I don't know what Marvel movie's coming out in December.
I can't say it myself. So,
is it a sequel to anything, or is it going to be a? Is it a sequel or not?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's filmed in Georgia, and they have a studio just south of the Atlanta airport area, up around Peachtree City. It's called. And
Kyle, it's actually the last picture show in Georgia.
Well,
because everything's moving out.
That's what I was going to say. And I think I picked a good time to. Actually, I didn't get called for a part until I moved up here.
Well, where you are in the Wilmington area now, Terry, used to be a hot place for used to be Hollywood South. So it'd be interesting to see if they come back.
There's some things coming back, and there's some things being shot in Charleston right now. If you watch HBO, no, not HBO, Netflix, Outer Banks. There's a possibility I could. I'm trying to.
I can't watch that. I can't watch that crap. You don't care. Outer Banks and basically the Outer Banks is filming in Charleston.
Right.
I can't watch that. I refuse.
Yeah, but it's magic.
And also, there was look.
The geography is terrible.
It's magic.
And look, hey, Terry. Terry, there was an actual episode of Outer Banks where the guy leaves what I assume to be Ocracoke. They call it something else like Boo Boo Head Island, and he takes a ferry to UNC.
Yeah.
So Chapel Hill,
Rocky Mountain, everything's underwater now.
That's right. They took it and they got off of the boat and spent the day at the Carolina Library and all that good stuff researching.
It is actually the first time someone has taken a ferry to UNC. Or never mind.
Well, you need a green
Wow.
card to go there, but
Oh,
you know,
I thought you had to be a fairy to go there. Wait a minute. Hold on
well,
now. Wait.
no,
No,
let's not
Hey,
go there.
man,
No.
all the hate mail can go to Kyle from Lagrange
I
at
don't care. Hey, look. Let
gmail.com.
me tell you
No,
something. In the
he's talking
words
about the little things with wings that fly.
in the words of Charlie Daniels, I ain't politically correct, and I wouldn't be if you broke my neck.
People say I'm crazy, and what is it? People say
There you go.
Crazy as a loon.
Crazy as a loon. I get
Yeah, so-
stoned in the morning and get drunk in the afternoon.
Oh.
Kind of like an old blue tick hound. I like to lay around
Kind of
in
like
the
my whole blue tick
shade.
hound. I like to lay around all day.
I ain't got no money, but I got it
no
made.
money, but I damn sure
Yeah.
got it made.
And I ain't asking nobody for nothing. If I can't get it on
I
my
can't get
own.
it on my own. You don't
If
like
you
the
don't
way
like
I'm
the
living.
way I'm living. You just leave this long-haired country boy.
Somehow I think I lost a bet, but I don't know.
I used to be a long-haired country boy.
Well,
That's
I had a ponytail at
do we
one
have
time.
anybody watching at this point, Dave? I mean,
Barely, yeah.
You got me and Terry singing Charlie Daniels, Long Haired Country Boy.
Look,
We're having to do.
we're
doing
having
an audible.
fun. We're
We're
having
entertaining
fun.
ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
Look, I don't know. My wife over here went, "Oh my God!" I don't know if it was that to my singing or your singing.
Well,
Who was
I've
that to, Jessica? Just the whole thing. Okay, all right.
Okay,
that
we'll move
could
right
be
along.
that
Off to
could
a
be
great
part of
start,
my
guys.
that could be part of my background acting.
Lip sync.
I also have
Now let's do Strucker Ace.
I'm working working with kids, doing speed training and preparation for. I call it. I'm a facilitator for kids to get in contact with colleges, and because
like
of the
the middleman?
COVID,
All right.
well, because of the COVID, it's been tough for kids to visit and stuff like that, and coaches to travel. So, what we did in Macon this past weekend, we had 65 kids from around the state, a couple from Alabama, who are mostly 10th through 12th, a couple of 9th and 8th graders. But and what we do is we do skilled work for their positions. Then we work on increasing their speed in the 40. And this is something I've been working with for years. Curtis Fright, South Carolina, East Carolina guy. He's been my mentor.
Now, Terry, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You say you couldn't coach speed, but you can train speed. Now,
What about city speed?
Wait a minute
you
now.
do?
I got a serious question.
Yeah.
Now we had a conversation earlier with well, I can't think of his name right now. It was the basketball guy,
Jamie Shaw.
Jamie Shaw. Now we established with Jamie Shaw that you can't make someone taller. Do you know how to coach height?
I have a height deficiency. So it's hard for me to coach height, but I can improve your time in the 40.
You're vertically challenged.
Yes, I am, and I'm challenged in a lot of other ways too. But what it is,
This
it's being
broadcast is
efficient.
challenged. I keep getting it reloaded on my end.
It's being efficient with movement on the field when the ball snapped. And what you try to correct is you try to get the kids to not take false steps. And what you work on is the first step is the most important step on the snap of the ball, on when you're running the 40, whatever. Your first step is what sets up the whole what you're going to do after that. And it's you have to really look at people, watch them closely, how their feet move. In fact, look at the bottom of your shoe. If you just look at the bottom of your shoe and look at how it's been worn, where it's worn down at. You can tell how you walk. You should. My shoes wear evenly on the bottom because I walk straight lines, and people don't do that. Their feet move. They have a tendency for them to move out or in. I mean, it's just different ways. But what you do is work with them, taking, like I say, the first step, and we do that with sticks. we put sticks down and put them at a certain distance, and you try to what you work on is working with the kid to run 22, really under 25 steps for the 40. And if you can get down to 22 steps in the 40, you're going to increase your time. You're not going to be faster. You're just going to take more efficient steps, and then that translates to the field by not taking false steps when the ball's snapped. Because that's how you improve your speed is by you don't have to be the fastest guy out there if you take the right angle, you take the correct steps, and you're moving on the snap of the ball. So it's not as easy as it sounds. And you'd have to really watch film and slow it down and watch it slow to truly understand what I'm talking about.
Guys, let's talk about, we're going to talk about speed. Just want to get your thoughts on guys on spring football. How is it going so far? What do you think? I know there's still, people don't realize there's still going to be a spring football game. We just won't be the traditional game 2 years in a row of having the, which is pretty much a celebration of the end of spring football. It was supposed to be this Saturday. But we're going to still have all that. And I tell you what, I think Mike Houston, judging by the way that he's acting, a lot better in coming up here in season 3 for Mike Houston this fall in the 2021 campaign.
Yeah, we're going to have a scrimmage. Unfortunately, just the fans can't go to it, which I don't understand why they made that decision versus pushing it back. Whatever. I thought it was a bad decision. Let the fans go to the spring game. If we had to push it back, so be it. I wish they at least they would. I don't know, and maybe they are. I wish they'd provide video so we could watch it online.
That's what I was going to ask you guys, both of you. I'm glad you said that, Kyle. I was thinking about that this past weekend. Why don't we just have it on ecpirates.com, or maybe we could even do it ESPN Plus, but at least ecpirates.com, and there'll be a lot of fans watching.
Everybody, pretty much everybody else is doing spring games, so I don't get it. I don't get it.
Part of it has to do with because of the way we've been affected by COVID with they had to halt practice and
right, really, of course, that's what it's all to do with.
I mean, it's been herky jerky, and it's a way to, I don't know. I'm not so much against it because I see it as just they're going to scrimmage on Saturday, and I have a feeling I'm going to be there.
Well, there you go.
So I'll have a good view of it. So, but
are you going to do a live cut-ins?
I'm not sure if that will be allowed.
Well, here's the thing. Terry. There's a lot of people that tried to sell tickets to that haven't been in that stadium in 2 years. There's a lot of people that want to buy tickets. There's a lot of people out there they want to start giving to the Pirate Club again. We'll give them something. Give them something.
Right.
You ain't going to let them come out and watch the spring game because you ain't got enough sense to push it back a week. Yet you want people to spend their money on season tickets and Pirate Club donations. Well, you got to give to get. And I'm going to be there no matter what. I was there this past year. I found a way to get tickets. So I'm going to be there no matter what. I'm a season ticket holder still. Got my season tickets. Got Pirate Club, dues paid. But not everybody's like me. So you better get some people back engaged and interested. If not, you're going to have a half-empty stadium, even if we can have 100% capacity.
Well, I know one way to get people back.
Win.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that simple. Win.
Yeah, bottom line. But
bottom line. But you think about it. C.J. Johnson, the kid's played 2 full seasons of college football. He will just be a sophomore.
Yeah,
this coming year, and he's just now having spring training.
That's right.
It's his first spring training. So
no, he had spring ball. Didn't he? No.
No, he didn't have it.
That's right. He didn't have it. He didn't enroll early. And then he missed.
I think he had spring. I think
No, he hasn't. No, he has not.
No,
because he didn't, like Terry said, he
fall.
came this summer. He came to fall camp,
Right.
and then last year there was no spring ball.
Right.
I thought
And
he
now-
enrolled in the spring. I thought he was an early
No.
enrollee. I thought he was in the spring.
Nope.
Nope.
Hmm.
First spring training after 2 full seasons as a player.
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Speaking
That's
of,
not that's not how it's supposed to work.
no, that welcome to COVID-19.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's
Well-
talk about the transfer portal too. Today, kicker Patrick Nations enters the portal. He obviously, I guess, feels like he's not going to be the starter. And according to our very own Bubba Rosenbaum producing behind the scenes, Owen Daffer is the man to beat. So Owen Daffer looks like that's going to be the guy that's as of right now. But I know pre-show, Terry, before you joined us, we were talking, and Kyle, you made a great point.
I normally do. Yeah,
Give the guy a softball, man. Give him a softball.
You're a hamstring away from being the starting kicker. I mean, right now there's 2 kickers on the roster. Now we're going to bring some kids in this summer, but why in the world would you transfer? You know, just because you're getting beat out right now, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, look, you know, God forbid, but you know, Owen could pull his hamstring going into the App State game, and then Nations is the starting kicker. So I mean, with who knows what we're going to bring in this summer, and maybe he knew he was so far behind Owen, and maybe he knew something about the kids coming in. I don't know, but on paper, it doesn't make a lot of sense for him to be transferring at this point.
No, not only that, but and here's another point. Look at when it comes to punter, we have 2 punters, and they're both fantastic. So you know, why would so one of those guys, both those guys have been playing, and they've been doing very well. And
yeah,
I know
use them both. Use them both.
Use them both. Yeah, that's why the same thing with kickers. You've got guys that we're talking pre-show, guys that are specialists for kickoff. You've got guys short range, long range. You never, and again, we're dealing with COVID-19 and dealing with guys you were talking about, Kyle, with injuries. You have injuries. That's why you have depth. And I don't care what position it is. I want depth everywhere.
And you don't know the conversation. Also, we'll say that Terry can attest to this. He might have talked to coach, and coach might have said, "Look, you're so far behind Owen, and we got this kid and this kid coming in. The odds of you getting much playing time are slim." So you don't know. Maybe that happened. Terry, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, you know, a lot of this whole transfer portal thing. I've gone round and round with it. It's here. It's something we got to deal with. So regardless, we got to accept it. And so what's happening is there's a change going on with how you structure your staff. And, you know, we've always had recruiting, a coordinator, you know, strength and conditioning. Well, now you have a transfer portal expert. You have to have you have to have someone watching and monitoring that constantly. Plus, you still have to deal with the ones you have, and how do you play counselor and to find out what they're thinking or why they want to do something, because then the kids are being a lot of this has to do with outside influence. You know, kids hear from their support system, whatever it is, well, you should just go somewhere else. Or, you know, why don't you do this? Or why don't you do, you know, so-and-so, so-and-so. Then you get people who have no clue what the reality of the difference between playing at a Division I school and playing at a Division III school. And there's unrealistic expectations. So then they think, you know, that they're going to go and become a star. A lot of them think they're going to transfer to Alabama, you know, or somewhere like that. And that, you know, it's not going to happen. So I see it being one of these things where it's a fallback for a lot of these kids. You know, if they maybe they don't like going off somewhere and they want to get closer to home. I don't know.
I thought
But I know.
I thought the transfer portal as it was for football was fine, but now that they have the you don't have to sit out rule
Right.
for one transfer, I think that's going to become a nightmare. And the reason I think it's become a nightmare is there's two ways that I look at this. One, you're going to have kids that are going to go to Power 5 schools like in Alabama. They're going to realize they're not going to play, and they're going to transfer back to an East Carolina after 1 year. So that's going to hurt depth for schools like Alabama. Then how it's going to be negative for an East Carolina. I just used him as an example. I'll use him again and again. I'm not saying he's going to transfer or there's any rumors of such. I'm just using this kid as a transfer, as an example. Our running back from South Carolina, Jesus Christ.
Najee Harris.
Thank you.
Rajay Harris.
Yeah, Rajay Harris. You know, he was a stud last year. Let's say he's a stud again this year. Let's say he rushes for 150 yards against the Gamecocks. And then all of a sudden, South Carolina needs a running back next fall. And they're in the SEC. Well, you know, they're not supposed to, but they can get word to Rajay and go, you know, tell that Rajay kid he looked really good against us. He can be our starting running back and be playing against Georgia and Alabama next year. And he can go right back down to South Carolina and not have to sit out a year and be a Gamecock next year. So that's where I think it's going to become a problem when you have kids that become stars at Group of 5 schools and then Power 5 schools basically try to steal them away. Or like a Jaden Gardner in basketball here. He became a star at East Carolina. Now he doesn't have to sit out a year, and he's transferring to Virginia. We're already seeing it happen in basketball. So, and that's my fear about that rule for football is that you're going to see a lot of kids become stars at the quote-unquote Group of 5 level, and then a Power 5 school is going to swoop them away. You know, Dave, we talked about it. If Jaden had to sit out a year, he wouldn't be going to Virginia right now.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And we've got to get used to, guys. That's the thing is, like I mentioned to Jamie earlier, we got to get used to having a roster overhaul pretty much every year. Definitely basketball, football, maybe not as much, but basketball, you're going to have to look at the names on the backs of the jerseys every single year and get used to that roster.
Well, that you know, again, that goes back. I grew up thinking loyalty was a two-way street.
Yeah.
You know, but as I found out in life, it wasn't always that way. So, you know, again, I don't think it's so much always the kid that's wanting to make these changes as it is their support people.
Little league parents.
And you got to be careful because you transfer to South Carolina, you know, you might not play there just because of what they're doing, their scheme, the way they do things.
Coaches get fired.
Now, and that's another point I was going to make is this is where it's so important to have coaching stability within your staff. And that's one of our big problems because of our salaries. It's hard to keep good coaches, especially experienced coaches. And we're lucky to have the ones we do. And, I played for the same head coach, the same position coach, and had the same recruit coach there my entire career at East Carolina.
That's crazy.
Now, we've got offensive linemen right now that in the last 4 years had 4 different coaches. You know, and so it's hard to know where you're at because every time a new coach comes in,
different scheme.
There's an overall just in how they view or how they see, each evaluation, a personal evaluation. Not everybody evaluates people the same way. So so I think it's really important now that we maintain coaches within our staff and keep people there and hire people that want to be there is the other thing. So I think we've got a good man doing what we need right now because he's working at the high school level and junior college level and things like that. He knows what it's like to have to adapt and change to whatever's going on. because there's a lot of things that's beyond your control. And this transfer portal, that's kind of beyond your control. So my philosophy was always, I always coached the people I had there. If they weren't there, I didn't coach them.
Great
You know,
point.
because you can't coach somebody that's not there, and if they don't want to be there, you can't. So coach the people you have, and coach all of them. Don't just coach some of them. You know, that happens in a lot of places. Is that what we did? Of course, we practiced a lot. We had a lot more time. Now there's restrictions on everything, but every Monday,
spring practices, right?
During the fall, every Monday, we had what we call the toilet bowl. And what that was a scrimmage for the guys that didn't travel. And it would go for about 2 hours, 3 hours. And we had battlefield promotions where if a guy did good enough in the toilet bowl on Monday, now he gets moved up to the travel squad on Tuesday, and he's got an opportunity to play. Because we gave, it didn't matter what part of the team you were, you had a chance to move up. Whereas some places, if you're not a 4 or 5 star, if you're a walk-on, you're not going to get the same opportunity as the other guys. Because if you don't get reps, you don't get a chance to show what you're doing. Then you also better make damn sure you take advantage of what reps you get.
Yeah.
It's like I went from scout team to first team. And I went from Coach Dye trying to run me off every day.
Why would he do such a thing, Terry?
Well, I'm gonna get yours. We made a mistake. We're gonna get your scholarship.
Well, he knew that would fire you up and make you better. Well,
he knew how to push the buttons of each individual. He didn't, again, you don't coach a ball. Each person's got a different personality, and you got to be able to, within what they are, be able to find that button to push it to motivate them. We all bought into the fact that we playing for something greater than ourselves made us all better.
Yeah, Terry, to what you're saying, I heard somebody say it one time, real simple, and I always liked it. You don't treat everybody, you treat everybody equally. You don't treat everybody the same.
There you go. And that's hard to do. And when you start making exceptions, once you open that door, you can't close it.
Yeah.
Because the kids know, they're the ones, they know what's going on, and they know, they're not stupid. And again, with the way things are today, with all your business out in the public all the time, we live in a sports center mentality world. Everybody wants to be the highlight.
That's exactly right.
That's what you see, and nobody sees the work it took to get to that one highlight. But you watch Sports Center, you watch all all you see is the best plays, and this one-handed catch stuff. That's the worst thing ever happened was Odell him making that catch on that what was it, Sunday night game, and all of a sudden everybody wants to make that great one-handed catch. Well, guess what? You're going to tip the ball more than you're going to catch it, and that's how you get interceptions. So if you go up, goes back to fundamentals. If you have the fundamentals, then the one-handed catch becomes the great play because you had the fundamentals of being able to go beyond what the fundamentals were. And that also goes back to athletic ability. But you got to put kids in a situation so that their best can come out. And that's, again, it's hard to do. It's not a simple thing. That's why coaches, some of them get paid a lot. Some of them are overpaid.
Terry, speaking of putting kids in situations to succeed, There's a guy that does that really well by the name of Cliff Godwin. Do you follow the baseball program at all?
More than I used to, and I don't watch professional baseball, but I really do enjoy watching college now, and it's because of our baseball team, our program,
top 10 team, and
sure.
Now projected for those of you keeping up. Weird thing this year with the NCAA, regional bids have already been put in. They had to be submitted by Monday. So East Carolina was planning on submitting one, and they're actually going to announce those sites in was it May 11th? Is that the date?
May 11th or 12th? Yeah, in a month.
So we'll know here soon if we're going to host a regional. And I told somebody the other day, every year it's always the goal's always the same to get to Omaha, and you don't know a lot of baseball to be played between now and then, but if we could just get a national seed, if we could just keep winning and be a top 8 seed and put ourselves in position to host a super regional if we win a regional, that sure would make the road to Omaha a lot easier.
Yeah, but once you get your foot in the door, you got to be able to go through and keep going.
We've had our foot in the door. We've had our foot in the door several times. We just haven't been able.
We haven't walked through the door yet. We will.
But it's because we have a tradition in baseball.
Oh yeah.
And for some reason, football hasn't always connected through the years. I'm not sure exactly why that's been that way, but we seem to have a disconnect sometimes between our past and
I can tell you. I think I can tell you why, Terry. I think I can tell you why. I think there's been poor decisions made over the years in football because so much money's involved in it. We've had the tendency to make you look at the downfall in football every time. It was a bad decision to fire a winning coach. When you go back to Ed Emory, no matter what you thought of him, they fired a winning coach. Steve Logan, they fired a winning coach. Ruffin McNeil, they fired a winning coach. So it's been bad decisions every time. And then in baseball, to speak to its success, and this isn't taking anything away from Cliff or Coach O or Keith LeClaire or Randy Mazey. You have to be a pretty big idiot not to be able to be successful at East Carolina in baseball, because there is so much baseball talent in Eastern North Carolina and the state of North Carolina as a whole.
Yeah, but there's still, it does help for sure, and the climate that we have. There's a lot of reasons why that is what it is. You look at Pitt County alone, my God, I mean, it's extremely competitive to coach, to play, Little League, Farm League, T-ball.
Well, hell, look at all the great players from Pitt County that have gone on to play at UNC, yet East Carolina baseball keeps right on rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or all over the state. So, by the way, I want to give a shout out, speaking of baseball, guys, to Next Level Training Center. Next Level is our sponsor for Extra Innings on Sunday night. I want to say hello to Trent and Gaynell Brett. They are where players train, and you can go to nextleveltc.com. They have a Facebook page, 756-NEXT, 252-756-NEXT. If you're looking for your kid to go to the next level, then call Next Level Training Center in Greenville on Wimbledon Drive. We appreciate them. And pgxgloves.com. I want to thank Mark Minikazi for all the stuff they're doing for us. By the way, they're 50% off batting gloves right now, Kyle. And you need to get on Captain Bunk about not getting his golf gloves from PGX.
Yeah, Captain Bunk, pgxgloves.com will hook you up with some custom golf gloves, and you can put in code ECU. It save yourself some money. And
unless I get them comped, that's the only way I get golf clubs.
we'll see
my golf clubs. I do not have them.
There you go. There you go, right there. But
there you go,
guys. Right now, lightweight hoodies with "Welcome to the Jungle." With a cool skull and crossbone logo.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle for all you baseball fans out there in a hoodie. Unfortunately, they do not have my size. We're gonna have to see if we can get something special ordered, because I need one of them. But check it out. Go to pgxgloves.com. Go to swag and check out that Welcome to the Jungle lightweight hoodie, and order yourself one. Put in code ECU at checkout. Save yourself some cash.
No doubt about it, guys. You can a lot of great things there, and those golf clubs. I'm telling you guys, we need to make sure that we the guys check that out for sure. Guys, you talk about baseball. We even had I think the collegiate baseball writers top five. We're number five in the nation. We got some number fives in there, a top five team right there, and it's going to take. I tell you what, one of the things I was thinking about, this Houston series this weekend is going to be huge. It's the first road series for the Pirates as far as the AAC competition is concerned. Terry, by the way, one of the things they're doing this year, if you haven't seen so far, they actually have mops in the outfield in the jungle. That's really, really cool. Instead of sweeps and the brooms, we have mops now because they're 4-game series. And then, so we have mops instead of brooms. Something new this year. We have the birdhouse that Kyle loves so much.
Look, it's an orange cone. I don't know why they're calling it a birdhouse. It's an orange cone.
But we're very excited about the baseball program because you were talking about another thing, guys, that the consistency of the program. It's only a matter of time the baseball team's going to win a national championship. I'm extremely confident.
Well, I've been saying it all along. Coastal did this. We've been to more NCAA tournaments without going to the College World Series than any other team in America. And I keep saying when we finally go to Omaha, we're just going to win the damn thing. So we'll see what happens.
No doubt about it. What are you guys feeling? Speaking of football, we've been talking about football. What are you guys thinking about? Are you going to? First of all, you're going to be on September the 2nd. Are you going to be there that Thursday night? We're playing against App State. Your favorite team, Captain Bunk?
I enjoy it. Yeah, I like playing them.
Are you going to Charlotte? Are you going to Charlotte, Terry?
At this point I can't say for sure because of my living situation, but I will be. I'll be there in spirit for sure.
Somebody send Captain Bunk some money. He's homeless.
Well,
that's not why.
Moving to Wilmington has been a big change, but whether I'm there or not,
Are y'all
be
moving
there.
Again, Terry?
No,
it's just right now we don't have a permanent housing situation.
Okay, I thought y'all had bought a house. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. All I have is a room.
Okay. All right.
I'm the do boy around here.
Okay.
He'll have to tell you. He'll have to explain that to you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Dealing with family brings about a lot of. You can pick your. You can pick a lot of things, but you can't pick your family.
I'll tell you what you can do, Terry. You can buy about 3 houses for the cost of one in Wilmington and Kinston. Go and get you about 3 houses in Kinston for the price of one in Wilmington.
Yeah, right.
I only want one near the beach.
Well, it's so much for Kinston.
Hey, there's always Highway 70, right?
That's true. Yeah. Go out on 50. You can go live halfway down 58. You're almost there without. What the hell was I going to say? I had something I was going to say. A point that was really relevant to this conversation. Charlotte, Appalachian State. Yeah. I was thinking about going. The problem with that is Thursday night, and
you're off on Friday.
Yeah, but my wife isn't. So she would
substitute teacher, baby.
So she'd have to get a substitute for 2 days, or at least 2 half days. So she'd have to get a sub for a half day Thursday and then a half day Friday. So we may end up going and doing it that route, but we'll see. But I would certainly like to be there. Right now, I'd say it's 50-50.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I think it's going to be a great game. And by the way, Captain Bunk, every fan is going to get a jar of Duke's mayonnaise. Not really. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, I love that's my mayonnaise there.
Yeah, I love it too. But
yeah.
Yeah. So let me make it very clear that's not going to happen. That was just a joke there.
Take a bunch of bananas and bread. I love a Duke's mayonnaise banana sandwich.
Well, You know what? I haven't had a banana and mayonnaise sandwich since I was a kid because
Oh
I'm an
wow.
adult and can eat what I want now. I don't have to eat what my mama puts in front of me.
Oh, there ain't nothing better than
If I'm gonna eat a banana sandwich, it's gonna have peanut butter on it, like a saint.
Peanut butter.
That
Like,
don't make
just like
sense.
with Elvis.
That don't make sense to me.
No, wait a
Why
minute.
not?
Hold on.
Elvis
Now,
Presley?
wait a damn minute. Peanut butter and banana don't make sense to you, but banana and mayonnaise makes sense
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
sure.
I've never had that before in my life.
Oh yeah, Dave.
I've had
Terry,
peanut butter and banana a lot.
Terry, let me tell you something about Dave. Dave grew up in Eastern North Carolina and Williamston, where I did, but there are certain things that Dave did not experience like I did. Dave ain't never had a banana and mayonnaise sandwich. He probably ain't never had a pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich.
How about a mayonnaise sandwich?
Yeah, I had a mayonnaise sandwich. He never had one. I'll tell you something
Tomato
else.
sandwich. I love tomato. I love tomato and mayonnaise.
Onion, Vidalia onion sandwich.
Hey, watch this, Dave.
With mayonnaise.
I'm gonna shock you, Terry. I bet you know what chicken mole is, don't you?
I'm not. No, you got me there.
Well, some bitch. Well, Dave knows what it is, but he's never had it. But anyway, we'll get into that.
Obviously,
later.
I haven't either. Oh, no, wait a minute. When I was little, when I was young, they put barbecue sauce on some chitlins and gave it to me and told me it was barbecue. And I ate it and I loved it. Then they told me what it was.
Terry, have you ever smelled them being cooked?
Now, let me finish. Yeah, once I realized what it was, yeah.
Well, I don't know what they taste like because I've smelled them being cooked, and how anybody can eat them after they smell them being cooked is beyond me.
Well,
that's and I love. That's rough.
Hey, you love them, Dave?
What's that?
Chitlins, you love them?
No, chicken livers. I like chicken livers.
Oh, yeah, chicken livers are great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fried chicken livers.
I'm a huge fan. I'd love to have some those again real soon, but not chitlins is not my.
Quick story. Quick story about wait. Hold on. Quick, if we close this random ass show out, quick story about fried chicken livers. My wife likes fried chicken livers. She hates fried oysters. Okay, she hates any kind of oyster. We were at a buffet, a barbecue and seafood buffet. I see her getting fried oysters off the buffet. I think, what is she doing? She doesn't eat fried oysters.
Yeah.
She goes and puts one in her mouth. She says, "God, this chicken liver tastes horrible." I said, "Yeah, because it's an oyster."
Yeah.
The world is your oyster for sure.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, Captain Buck, we'll wrap this thing up here in the next couple minutes. Tell everybody. So you said Christmas time we'll be able to go. We're going to go to the viewing party. We'll all get together and we'll see Captain Buck on the big screen.
It'll be. I'll let you know when it's coming out and for sure what it is. But it was really cool experience. I have to admit. I'll also have to tell you today I had one of my best rounds of golf ever. And,
really?
At the Wilmington Municipal Course, a Donald Ross tradition that was built in the 1920s and has been restored to its original layout. And I had birdies on number 2 and number 8.
Wow.
So there, I can't remember ever having 2 birdies on one side. So
I would like to be able to shoot under 100. That would be a great goal.
I broke it, and I broke 100 legitimately.
No mulligans, huh?
Yeah, real score.
It literally sounds like you guys are going because that's what I'm getting out of the golf talk.
Wow. Okay. Well, Kyle, do you have anything?
Look.
Well, I can tell you this: I've never had 2 birdies. But
after the Masters this past weekend, I came within a mile of going to the Masters because I was traveling on I-20 Saturday and went by.
You know what? I hear they got a chicken salad is it chicken salad? Pimento cheese and egg salad sandwiches for like $1 at the Masters.
And everything's in green wrappers, and everything looks painted green, or it's all I mean, it's immaculate. If you ever get to go there, you need to go once in your life and just to see the course. It's beautiful.
Speaking
for
of
the
which,
pimento cheese.
speaking of
And
which,
the
I've got one final question for you guys. If you could, this is a random sports question.
Mhm.
I thought about it because of the Masters on Sunday. Thought about this Sunday afternoon. If you could win any championship, including the Masters, it could be anything, any sport. Which one would you pick? So it could be Super Bowl. It could be
So you mean your team wins it, or you actually win it yourself?
you winning it. You being a part of the team or individual like the Masters.
Which one pays the most? I mean, that's the one
the
I'd want to
question.
win. I mean, really. I mean, if you're talking about
Daytona 500.
Okay, he says the Daytona 500. For me, it would be whichever one pays the most. If it's just me personally winning it, whichever one I can get the most money from. If it was my team, it would be the NCAA Football National Championship.
Yeah, no doubt. I would love to see that green. I'm terrible at golf, so let me make that very clear. So it's clearly a fantasy, but I would love to have that green jacket put on me. I just think that's one of the coolest things in sports, and it would be right. And it's always near my birthday, so great. Except for last year, a great birthday present for sure. But anyway,
Well, they take it back from you. They don't let you keep it.
I know that, but it's. I just think it's cool to be able to have that thing, that jacket.
I mean, we can work it out. We can put it. We can put a green jacket on you, Dave.
The British Open, the trophy you get to keep for a year would be something nice to drink out of.
Or the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, the big. There you go. There you go.
No doubt about it. I got a story, but we won't share that. Hey, Captain Buck, thank you so much. We did an audible. You came on last minute and saved us as always. Appreciate Bubba Rosenbaum. Bubba Rosenbaum is the best. Appreciate him as always producing the show. Kyle, do you have anything?
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
Hey, Forrest. Do I have anything? I don't. Yes, I got nothing. I left it all on the field. I left it all.
I'm going to the game Saturday, so I'll give you a good inside report.
Well, I'm happy for you, Terry. I'm glad you get to go.
Or the scrimmage, whatever you want to call it.
I'm glad you get
By
to
the way,
there.
Thursday night, we definitely have Cy Seymour. Cy will be joining us. We'll be talking about all kinds of basketball stuff through and through, and we'll look into the future of college basketball at East Carolina for the coming season and much more. Thanks to Captain Buck, Kyle Barber, Bubba Rosenbaum. I'm Dave Richmond. Good night, everybody. And as always, go Pirates.